This podcast is sponsored by AXA Farm Insurance. AXA offers tailored cover to fit your unique needs, whether it's public liability or protection for your family home, outbuildings or farm vehicles. Based in Athlone, the AXA Farm team of agri-specialists and regional managers work together to ensure you receive the seamless support you need. Switching to AXA is easy thanks to an innovative online service that enables you to quickly and easily find the best cover for your needs. For more information, head to AXA.ie. AXA Insurance Stack is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to the Farming Week, the podcast brought to you by Agriland and AXA, keeping you up to date with all the latest in Irish agriculture. I'm Charles O'Donnell and I'm joined by Agriland journalist Kathleen O'Sullivan and Agriland dairy specialist Hugh Harney. Well, this week saw one of the biggest occasions in the Irish agricultural show season. The Virginia Agricultural Show took place in County Cavan this week. Among many of the show's annual highlights is the Bailey's Champion Cow competition, one of the most prestigious dairy cow showing competitions in Ireland. Well, for a closer look at the day's events, we're going to talk to our dairy specialist, Hugh. Hugh, can you give us a flavour of the day and who won what?
Yeah, Charles, so the 82nd annual Virginia show took place yesterday at the showgrounds in Virginia, County Cavan. So, look, it was a perfect day for both the animals and the people. The temperature stayed around 16 to 17 degrees and the rain held off. With this good weather, it brought a huge crowd to the showgrounds to see almost 500 classes showcasing the best of Irish agriculture from horse, sheep, beef and dairy classes, as well as stock person contests. So in the beef breed sections, which beef specialist Breffney O'Brien was covering, some of the key attractions included the Liffey Meat Super Beef Bullock and the Carner Ross Smart All-Ireland Male and Female Weanling Championship. So the Northeastern Charlie Club calf champion went to the way of an entry from Simone Maguire from Castleblaney, County Monaghan. This bull calf then went on to win the overall Charlie champion and the reserve interbred champion of the show. In the limousines then, the overall champion went to the way of a heifer from the herd of the Connell brothers from County Meath, with a bull owned by William Smith taking the reserve. It was a great day out for Niall and Simone Maguire, who also took home the commercial calf title, as well as the overall commercial champion, and later the Carnaross All-Ireland Female Championship title for their smashing heifer, Rock Valley Biscuit. The Carnaross Mart All-Ireland Male Weaning Championship was awarded to an entry from Stevenson family from County Donegal. And then the penultimate event of the beef breed classes at the Virginia show was the Liffey Meat €2,000 Champion Super Beef Bullock, which was won by an entry from Luke and Victor Barnett. And I suppose, look, Breffney kind of covered all of that. So what I was kind of mainly focusing on today was the Diageo Bailey's Champion Cow, Charles. Very much anticipated on the day. It was returned for the 40th time and is sponsored by Bailey's and Tirlán. So the Champion Cow was awarded with a prize of €3,000, the Virginia Milk Products Cup and the grand title of Diageo Bailey's Champion 2025. So there was 22 cows that took to the ring for the competition, and they were divided into heifers in milk, junior cows and senior cows. The judge on the day was a man by the name of Giuseppe Beltramino from Biriasco, which is just southwest of the Italian city of Turin. The Italian has a lifetime of experience in pedigree, dairy breeding and showing. His family runs the well-known Bell Holstein herd, and he remains actively involved in managing and exhibiting homebred cows. So for his winning cow was a stunning cow. She was a fourth calver. He chose Anamore Fitz Atlee EX96 as the Bailey's Champion cow for 2025. A 6-year-old Holstein Friesian cow, co-owned by Philip and Linda Jones of the Hallow Holsteins from County Wexford, and Joel and Clive Richardson of the Anamore Holsteins herd from County Armagh. So I was talking to Philip Jones after the competition, and it was actually his second time winning the competition. He won in 2023 as well. And he actually bought the cow in December last year, striking a deal with the Anamore Holsteins and the Anamore Holsteins farm manager, Joshua Ebron. He wanted a piece of this cow, and this deal struck meant that he gets to milk the cow and keep the cow and take it to shows. So the Fort Caver has already won at the Balmoral show in May of this year, and Philip said that they are now eyeing up the National Dairy Show in Mill Street, County Cork, this October, for this cow to potentially sweep up a hat-trick of titles this showing season. So just to give you some figures around this unbelievable cow, she produced 13,467 kilos of milk in her last lactation, with 3.59% protein and 3.98% fat. That means she was after producing a staggering 1,019 kgs of milk solids. Overall, look, it was a fantastic day in Virginia with a great atmosphere and buzz around the place. And even looking from a dairy perspective, it was just a great buzz with, decent milk price, fine weather, and fantastic animals and farmers at the show.
Thanks for that, Hugh. We'll move on now and run through some of the prices we've seen this week from dairy processors for July milk supplies. If you were listening to last week's podcast, you'll know that Lakeland Dairies got the ball rolling for this month with a reduction to its price in both the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. And that, in fact, has been the start of a trend this week, Kathleen.
Yes, that's certainly the case, Charles. So a number of the processors have made their announcements up to the point of us recording this podcast on Thursday. Kerry Dairy Ireland confirmed its milk price for July supplies is 49.03 cent a litre, including VAT, quality and sustainability bonuses. This compares to a Kerry Dairy Ireland price of 50.03 cent a litre offered last month for milk supplies in June. The downward milk price trend continues with other processors too. Tirlone confirmed it will pay a total of 48.58 cent a litre, including VAT, for July creamery milk supplies at 3.6% butterfat and 3.3% protein. The July milk price consists of a base milk price of 48.08 cent a litre, including VAT, a reduction of 0.5 cent a litre from June, and a sustainability action payment of 0.5 cent a litre, including VAT, to all qualifying suppliers. Carberry Group announced it will reduce its milk price to suppliers for milk provided in July. The group said that if this decision is replicated across the 4 West Cork co-ops of Bandon, Barry Row, Virgina and Lissavard, it will result in an average milk price of 50.02 cent a litre, inclusive of VAT, a 0.5 cent a litre somatic cell count bonus, and the future-proof sustainability bonus as well. The average milk price for July is 1.05 cent a litre lower than the price announced last month for June supplies. The Board of Dairy Gold confirmed that it will reduce its milk price by 1 cent a litre to 48 cent a litre, based on standard constituents of 3.3% protein and 3.6% butterfat, inclusive of sustainability and quality payments and VAT. Now, the Board of Arabon Tipperary Co-op has confirmed its July milk price of 48.89 cent a litre, which is including VAT and a 0.75 cent a litre sustainability payment, and this price is actually unchanged from June.
And just while we're on dairy, Kathleen, we saw an update from the global dairy trade as well this week, didn't we?
Yeah, so looking at the global markets, Charles, the Global Dairy Trade, or GDT, held its latest trading event on Tuesday of this week. So the GDT auction, which is held twice in every month, is a trading platform for core dairy products. And following this latest auction, the price index fell by 0.3% to settle at 1264, down from the previous index figure of 1268 on August 5th. So looking at commodity movement, the largest decrease was noted for mozzarella, which dropped 2.7%, and skim milk powder, butter and cheddar all fell, and you can see the full breakdown on the Agriland website and app.
We'll move into the general news stream now for a moment and talk about the presidential election. Unless you've been living under a rock for the last week, you'll know there was a major development last week concerning someone with strong connections to agriculture, wasn't there, Kathleen?
Yeah, so former MEP and European Commissioner Mairead McGuinness has withdrawn from the presidential election, citing health reasons. So last month, Mairead McGuinness secured the Fine Gael nomination to run as a candidate to become President of Ireland. In a statement released late last week, McGuinness said she had made the very difficult decision to withdraw her name as the Fine Gael nominee for the election. She said this decision was not lightly taken and follows a stay in hospital. She said her priority is now her health, and given that the election is in a short couple of months, she does not believe she has the strength to give the campaign her all. She said she is taking this decision on medical advice, and while it is extremely difficult, It is the right decision for her and her family, she said in her statement. Taoiseach and Fine Gael leader Simon Harris paid tribute to McGuinness. He said that she has made an incredible contribution to public life in Ireland and in Europe, and that it was their clear view in the party that she would make an excellent President of Ireland. And speaking at the Virginia show in Cavan this week, Minister for Agriculture, Food and the Marine Martin Hayden said that Mairead McGuinness's withdrawal was a blow for the party. Minister Hayden is Fine Gael's Director of Elections for the upcoming presidential election. Therefore, he will not back any particular party colleague for Fine Gael's presidential nomination. Here is Minister Hayden speaking at the Virginia show this week.
So I had the great honour of being asked by the Taoiseach to be Director of Elections for Fine Gael in the presidential election. So precedence would mean that I don't nominate anyone when I'm in that position, and I'll be Director of Elections running the campaign from a Fine Gael perspective for whoever our candidate is. And it's, first and foremost, our thoughts are with Mairead McGuinness and her family. We've lost a great candidate out of this race, but she's not lost to Fine Gael, and she'll be back when she gets back on her feet, and we all wish her really well, herself and Tom, the family, and everybody there in that. But from the broader perspective then, you see the talent and the depth within Fine Gael when people of the calibre of Heather and Sean are putting their names forward, and there's still 2 weeks, there's time for other people to put their name forward too if that was to come past.
And that was Minister for Agriculture Martin Hayden there speaking about the upcoming presidential election. Now, from national politics to agri-politics, and one of the country's main farming organisations, the Irish Natura and Hill Farmers Association, has confirmed the identity of its new president to take over the reins of the organisation from Vincent Roddy. So, Kathleen, who's the newest face in Ireland's farm leadership?
Yeah, so Donegal native Phelan Malloy is poised to succeed Vincent Roddy as president of the INHFA at its AGM in September. Outgoing President Vincent Roddy said Phelan Malloy accepted the nomination for President at a National Council meeting this week, following a nomination process conducted over the last number of weeks with county and branch officers. In wishing him every success in his new role, Roddy pointed to the vast experience Phelan Malloy has, which he said will be invaluable in the coming 2 years as the organisation works towards a new CAP programme and addresses the challenges posed by the nature restoration law while continuing to grow the organisation. Roddy said that over the past few years, Phelan Malloy has played an important role in terms of policy and organisational development through term as National Vice President and as National Chair over the last 2 years, while also holding key roles at county level in Donegal, including County Chair, he said. Roddy described how honoured he was to have held the role of President himself, adding that he is now looking forward to working with the incoming president and his team over the coming 2 years. So the INHFA's AGM will take place on September 11th at the Percy French Hotel in Strokestown in Roscommon.
Now, one of those issues in agricultural news that continues, no matter what else is going on, is the issue of water quality and the nitrates derogation. We've known for some time that Ireland's next Nitrates Action Programme is likely to have a range of new measures and restrictions to demonstrate Ireland's efforts on water quality while trying to retain the nitrates derogation. Last week, we got a fresh insight into what those measures are likely to be. Kathleen, can you tell us more about that?
Yes, so dairy farms whose holdings are considered fragmented could face a reduced chemical nitrogen allowance if manure-based nutrients are not evenly spread across the holding. This is among a new set of potential rules and regulations that may form part of the next Nitrates Action Programme to help secure the nitrates derogation. A series of recommendations from the Nitrates Expert Group have been officially proposed for consideration for Ireland's 6th Nitrates Action Programme. This expert group was established to provide scientific advice to the relevant ministers on measures to protect water quality and the environment against pollution from agricultural nutrients. This group is chaired jointly by the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage and the Department of Agriculture, Food and the Marine, and comprises scientific experts from both departments and the Environmental Protection Agency and Teagasc. So the Nitrates Expert Group is recommending that all measures currently in place in the 5th Nitrates Action Programme be rolled over in the next programme, and is also recommending that a suite of new measures be included in a recently compiled document. One of these is a requirement that nutrients should be more evenly spread out on fragmented farms, which, in the case of dairy farms, are defined as comprising the milking parlour, land adjacent to the milking parlour, and one or more outblocks of land that milking cows may not be able to walk to. In this scenario, milking cows predominantly graze on the land that can be accessed by walking to and from the milking parlour. As a result, these lands may receive a higher proportion of the farm's livestock manure nitrogen, while cows are at grass and/or in the form of slurry due to their close proximity to the farmyard. The expert group said that a lower chemical nitrogen allowance should be applied to dairy farmers who cannot demonstrate that livestock manure is being applied evenly across the holding. It has also said that the online slurry movement system should be expanded to allow farmers report movements to their own farm out blocks. The group has made a number of other proposals in its recommendation paper, and you can read more about them on the Agriland app and website.
Moving on now, and an investigation into a major fish kill in the River Blackwater in County Cork has not uncovered any link between milk processing activity and the incident, which is an important clarification to make. Can you tell us more about that, Kathleen?
Yes, so we reported this week that the Environmental Protection Agency has said that no causal link has been found between milk processing activity and a major fish kill in the River Blackwater in County Cork. Inland Fisheries Ireland has said that between 8,000 and 10,000 fish are estimated to have died in the River Blackwater the last 2 weeks. Earlier this summer, the Environmental Protection Agency said that it was investigating a discharge to water by North Cork Creameries to the River Allow. The River Allow flows into Kanturk, where North Cork Creameries is located. The river is connected to the River Blackwater. The Environmental Protection Agency said at the time that it had opened a compliance investigation in relation to the discharge incident which occurred in late June. However, it appears there is no connection between that discharge incident and the recent fish kill in the Blackwater. The Environmental Protection Agency confirmed this week that it is conducting a compliance investigation into issues at North Cork Creameries related to the quality of effluent discharges into the River Allow. It said that based on the investigation to date, there is no causal link between the site's emissions and the loss of fish life further downstream in the River Blackwater. The agency said that North Cork Creameries is taking various actions on site in relation to the discharge incident in June to reduce inputs to their wastewater treatment plant and restore compliance with their licence. Regarding the fish kill, Inland Fisheries Ireland acting CEO Suzanne Campion said that the large fish kill on the River Blackwater is very distressing for anglers and others who enjoy the river. She said it is also distressing for Inland Fisheries Ireland staff who have devoted many years caring for fish in the catchment. Inland Fisheries Ireland said that estimating the number of dead fish is difficult due to the fact that some dead fish will be taken by predators, caught under banks out of sight, will sink to the bottom of pools, or be washed downstream. It is also possible for the same fish to be reported by more than one observer. Inland Fisheries Ireland said the Marine Institute advised that there is no precedent for dead fish to be removed from the river, and therefore dead fish should be left where they are found.
Now, one thing our readers are always interested in is farm buildings, especially when they showcase new technologies and innovations. Agriland recently visited one such building, a calf shed in County Wexford. So what did we see there, Kathleen?
Yeah, so in a new series with a focus on agricultural buildings, we spoke with Clifford Deacon, who was milking 90 cows after swapping from beef to dairy in 2019. So the farm has undergone large investment over the last 6 years with upgraded cubicle houses, a new parlour, a new slurry tank and even a new silage pit. However, the latest investment is Clifford's new calf shed, which was constructed in the back end of 2023, ready for the 2024 season of calves. Clifford put a large emphasis on animal health when constructing the shed, ensuring the calves be cosy all year round. He explained how he wanted to create a shed that acts as one whole system in hopes you would not have to leave once you start feeding. So the farmer ran hot and cold water taps into the shed, allowing him to mix up milk replacer in there as well as carry out cleaning tasks. He has space for all necessary equipment. With such confidence in his setup, he even has coat racks installed. So the Wexford farmer outlined that the shed was built on a greenfield site beside the parlour, allowing for quick and easy access to and from the inputs with the milk cart. He also ensured the unit was built upwind of cubicle houses to minimise risk of disease spread. And you can hear Clifford speaking a bit more in this clip about the shed.
Away very, very quickly. I suppose we're just correcting issues that were with an old shed. We seen what didn't work, so we wanted to correct all those issues. Again, we've plenty of height in the building as well. We went with the clear roofing. I went that with Paddy Kennedy. That was the first he put up with that style. We find it very good now and very happy with it. Second season of calves gone through the shed there now, and a lot healthier calves and with less work going into them. We were doing more work in the old shed, but we weren't getting that 10% extra we're getting with this shed.
The full video is available to view on the Agriland app and website.
Finally this week, Agriland recently paid a visit to a farm in Mayo, which may be home to the tallest Holstein Friesian cows in the country. That's a big claim, Kathleen. Do the cows live up to it?
That's right, Charles. So Noel Murphy believes he could have one of the tallest and largest examples of the breed on his farm. While the majority of Noel's Holstein Friesian cattle are finished for the factory, there are a special 3 Holstein Friesian bullocks and 1 British Friesian, who will live out their days on the peaceful pasture around the farm. So when Agriland visited the farm to see firsthand just how big the animals were, Noel admitted that his cattle are better taken care of than most humans. The cattle are certainly the largest Agriland has ever encountered, and the closer we got, the more we realised their true enormity. So Eddie is the largest Holstein Friesian, and while it was impossible to measure with exact precision on uneven ground in the field, a rough calculation is that he approaches 6 foot 5 inches tall and weighs just under 1,200 kg. So the other 2 Holstein Friesians don't reach quite that scale in height, but are by no means run-of-the-mill either. Towering above Noel, one weighing almost a whopping 1,500 kg and the other just under 1,200 kg. So the animals were brought from Cork as calves and are about 3.5 years old now, while the pet, as he says, British Friesian, has been on the farm for almost 8 years. The special pet Holsteins get to roam freely between 2 fields on the farm year-round with ample amounts of pasture to graze and rarely need additional feeding with nuts or meal. And I would recommend everyone to have a look at the animals for yourself on the Agriland website and app.
Well, that's just about it for today. Before we go, we just want to congratulate Kathleen Cummins, who was crowned the 2025 Rose of Tralee this week. The 20-year-old apprentice electrician who represented Laois in the competition hails from a dairy farming background and is also the chairperson of North Kilkenny Macra. So well done to Kathleen from all at Agriland. And that's where we'll leave it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review and follow The Farming Week on Spotify, Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We'd love if you could spare some time to give us 5 stars and share The Farming Week with anyone you think might be interested. From Kathleen, Hugh and myself, all the best.
This podcast is sponsored by AXA Farm Insurance. AXA offers tailored cover to fit your unique needs, whether it's public liability or protection for your family home, outbuildings or farm vehicles. Based in Athlone, the AXA Farm team of agri-specialists and regional managers work together to ensure you receive the seamless support you need. Switching to AXA is easy thanks to an innovative online service that enables you to quickly and easily find the best cover for your needs. For more information, head to AXA.ie. AXA Insurance Stack is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.